Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here for our board meeting. We will start with roll call, please. Here? Here. Here.
Here. Here.
And if you could all please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible. Thank you for saying that in Spanish. I actually don't think I've ever heard the pledge in Spanish. That was lovely. Good job, guys. Okay, we need to approve the agenda for the evening. Do I have a motion? Oh.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
And we have the approval of the minutes from the March 17th board meeting. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Motioned and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Dr. Sprout, Superintendent's report.
Thank you, President Berrigan and governing board members. Paseo Point's archery team has been in development since 2020 when coaches Roberts and Harrison took a basic archery instructor class and wrote a grant through Arizona Game and Fish Department and the National Archery in Schools program. The coaches received $1,000 in grant money and raised an additional $1,000 in matching funds to get the program started. In addition, a local outfitter donated 3D and bullseye targets to help prepare students for their events. So last year, students studied archery units in PE, and an after-school archery club for interested students was also created. This past January, team trials were held, and the team competed in the state archery tournament as their first event and placed third in the state. Congratulations. We have some representatives from the archery team that are going to, when I call your name, if you'd please come up, and then we'll give you a round of applause. And coaches, if you would come up as well, we'll get a picture with you. Carlos Rosales. Let's give him a round of applause. Cassandra Flores. Hendrixia Grant. Joseph Barksdale. And Vincent Martinez. And coaches, would you please come up as well? Please stand with me and let's give these students a round of applause. So what other clubs do we have here in the district? I did a survey of our principals a couple days ago. And so archery is just one of the many after-school clubs that we offer. Here are some, in addition to our intramurals, right, and our normal tutoring. Listen to this. Crochet, a puzzle club, a martial arts club, Pokemon, esports, chess, anime, a cookie decorating club, robotics, coding, an online cooking club, a poetry club, a guitar club, and of course a ukulele club, and a graphic design club. All of these clubs provide learning opportunities, relationship building opportunities, and a lot of fun for our students. And honestly, on most days, after school, looks like school is still in session in this district. And so thank you to our staff, our leaders who have created these clubs for our students. School Connect has given a very well-deserved recognition to Board President Jill Berrigan and Vista Del Sur Accelerated Academy Principal Jessica Epax as finalists for the organization's Champions of Education Award. This award recognizes those who have built trust, modeled resilience, and cultivated courageous leadership within their education community. President Berrigan is a finalist for School Connect's Collaborative Leadership Award, and Ms. Epax is a finalist for their Catalyst for Education Award. They will be recognized on April 28th, which is when the final finalists will be announced. Congratulations, President Berrigan, and is Ms. Epax here? Please stand, Ms. Epax. Congratulations to you. That was a quick up and down. Phoenix Suns Charities Phoenix Suns Charity STEM Schools for the Future grant has been given to Rogers Ranch and Levine School. It will be implemented by NAU and funded by Phoenix Suns Charities. The STEM Schools for the Future is a K-8 professional learning program designed for schools who plan to integrate STEM learning school-wide. Selected teachers will be trained by faculty from NAU's Center for Science Teaching and Learning to implement the new state science standards with a focus on inquiry-based learning. This was a statewide competitive grant, and only 6 Arizona schools were awarded, and 2 of them are from Levine. So congratulations, Rogers Ranch and Levine Schools. Congressman Ruben Gallego presented the family of late MC Cash principal Lisa Sandomir with formal comments he made this past November in remembrance of Ms. Sandomir. And he did this during the first session of the 117th Congress House of Representatives proceedings. Congressman Gallego spoke on the House floor of the tragic loss of Ms. Sandomir and delivered comments as part of the official congressional record. The congressman presented these framed comments to Ms. Sandomir's brother, Mark, who is pictured there in the center, who then spoke about his sister to a group of MC Cash staff members and district leaders. Mr. Sandomir acknowledged that the MC Cash community was Ms. Sandomir's first family and gifted the congressional record to the school for display. We have it up here, and we also, Butch, if you would go to the next slide, that was what was presented and now is at the MC Cash campus. Our Academic Services Department applied for and was approved to have our academic summer school program, the program we already have in place, funded by the AZ On Track Summer Camp Grant. This means that the district will receive funding in the amount of $635,000. As with previous summers, all Levine schools will engage in academic learning activities to support the reinforcement of grade level standards in mathematics and English language arts, as well as engage in activities to support social and emotional learning. At this time, we have 70 teachers, and dozens of classified staff members who will be leading our summer school program, which was a huge success last year and will continue to be this summer. And so what that did was it freed up $635,000 that we already had allocated out of our federal monies that we received that we will now be able to use for other programs and supports for our students. A huge thank you to our Assistant Superintendent of Academic Services, Kathy Davis, who spearheaded this. So congratulations. For the past school year, with board approval, the Levine Elementary School District has partnered with Touchstone Health Services to provide on-site counseling support to students and their families. This summer, Touchstone will expand their services by offering a summer group counseling program. The Positive Action Summer Program promotes learning through enhanced positive self-concept, which leads to positive social behavior and improved family and school participation. This 4-week program, which will serve students from across the district, will be housed at the Levine Elementary School campus. And again, we're going to have a busy summer working with our students, and we're very excited to be able to provide this program. But before then, we have state testing. And starting on April 7th and through April 22nd of 2022 of this school year, Levine School District students have been participating in state achievement testing. Last week, students in grades 3 through 8 completed the AASA, which is our state assessment. They completed the writing assessment. This week, students in grade 5 and 8 took the AZ science test. And next week, students in grades 3 through 8 will take the AASA, English Language Arts, and math tests. We extend our thanks to the entire Levine team for their roles in preparing our students, and we wish our students all the best as they take these assessments. Each school will be hosting an open house in April and May for families interested in enrolling their children at a Levine school. Participants will be provided with an overview of the school and a tour of the campus with a special emphasis on the school's signature program. Levine School celebrated their A+ award with an all-school assembly. Dr. Pamela Rogaman, board president of the Arizona Educational Foundation, congratulated the school for all their efforts in making Levine School an A+ school of excellence. The assembly also recognized Levine's Students of the Month and Hawk Stars. And once again, let's give Levine School a round of applause. Last week was National Assistant Principal Week. Now, you all may think about the traditional role of an assistant principal. I knew my assistant principal pretty well, if that tells you anything. And we tend to think of them as someone who is handles the school discipline and other things like that. Not so with our assistant principals. They hold one of the most dynamic jobs in education. They provide instructional leadership on their campuses. They oversee dozens of employees. They provide crucial support to our principals. They do things like overseeing our PBIS program. And they are also a very collaborative team. And bottom line, an amazing group of leaders in our district. I would like to ask all of our assistant principals to please stand up longer than Ms. Epax did and remain standing, and let's give them a round of applause. Last Friday night, we held our annual Spring Festival, and it was a great success with hundreds of Levine families coming out to enjoy activities, vendors, and entertainment, and all proceeds will benefit the Levine Education Foundation. Next, we have our Employees of the Month. Our Certified Employee of the Month is Levine Elementary School speech language pathologist Kim Horak. Ms. Horak has been an employee of the district for 14 years. She has demonstrated her dedication to the Levine School District in countless ways at the campus, department, and district levels. She is a team leader on the Levine School campus and is a strong supporter of the campus's mindfulness and PBIS philosophies. As a related service leader, she supports her speech team through training and sharing of her knowledge with mentorship of new staff and as a fieldwork preceptor to speech language pathology students. She is an expert in augmentative communication devices and often bridges the gap between community and school services to provide students in obtaining these devices to be used in both settings. Ms. Horak has written recommendations for students who have received the I Can Do It Award that brings recognition not only to the students' accomplishments, but to our district on a statewide level. She created a specialized preschool articulation program to support the developmental preschool specialized classes, and she has assisted in developing the related services policy for speech therapy service implementation. Ms. Horak is able to easily and professionally communicate with parents. She is able to meet the audience at their level of understanding and explain difficult concepts in a way that is easy to understand. Our Certified Employee of the Month, Kim Horak.
Thank you, Kim. That was such a beautiful narrative that really. She is such an incredible asset. You are my go-to person on some level. I just texted her today, like, help me with this situation. There she is. She is also an expert at her craft. Been in her classroom so many times, watching her work with kids. And she is just an immense talent. And she's a team lead in speech pathology with me, servicing so many of our kids. So thank you, on behalf of our entire staff, for all you do to support students, colleagues, and parents who we should be here.
To all of that is that I've had the pleasure of knowing Kim for 14 years, and growth is incredible. And I just love to see people develop and grow and their skill set get bigger. And Kim has done that in her leadership and her skills. Congratulations.
And congratulations, family, as well. Our classified employee of the month is Desert Meadows attendance clerk, Kayla Suchoma. Ms. Suchoma's many years of service and experience gives her the unique ability to develop great relationships with all Desert Meadows stakeholders. No matter what the task may be, she is always demonstrating positivity, professionalism, and builds strong relationships with staff, students, and parents. She greets everyone she interacts with a welcoming smile and tone, and makes it her personal duty to ensure each individual family is prepared and set up for success. Her job calls for her to work closely with families to place students in the best possible learning environment, which she does on a daily basis. She is an advocate for students and can always be counted on to listen and support them when needed. Ms. Suchoma has made it her mission to learn how to do every job in the front office and is an invaluable asset to the school. When needed, she will step in as a health associate, give support in the ISD room, and even fill in as school secretary. She truly does whatever it takes to support the school and students and staff. Our classified employee of the month, Kayla Suchoma.
I've had the pleasure of knowing Kayla for 10 years. She did that in the district. And whether it's as an IA, working with all the new students, or in the front office, there's no task too big for her. She's an incredibly quick learner, works harder than anyone I know. And she just needs to constantly learn. So anything makes to help. She can advocate for our kids and our families, and she's well deserving of this.
And congratulations to Kayla's family as well. And thank you to all of our staff that are here tonight to support our Employees of the Month. And now we're moving on to our classroom spotlight. And with that, I will turn it over to Paseo Point Principal John Roloff.
Good evening, President Barragan, Governing Board, Dr. Sprout, Levine Community. I know last year when I addressed you guys in Spanish and threw you for a little loop. I think our second graders starting with the pledge tonight in Spanish was enough of a loop, so we won't throw you guys for a little loop. But our students really are gems in our district, and we all know it's been a rough few years, and our teachers at Paseo Point, they've dug deep, and Spanish language is one of those things that's extremely difficult to carry over throughout the pandemic, but we have excellent teachers that have dug deep and done that for our students as our gift to the community. So I would like to introduce one of our excellent teachers at Paseo Point, Miss Jasmine Pedroza, who teaches second grade.
Good evening, President Berrigan, Dr. Sprout, members of the board, Levine Community. Let's get started. ¿Quiénes somos? Yo soy Maestra Pedroza. This is my 5th year teaching. I won't do it all in Spanish, don't freak out. This is my 5th year teaching, my 4th year at Paseo Point. I teach second grade DLI, the Spanish side. My counterpart, Miss Iwinski, who's back there, she teaches the English side. I am super passionate about bilingual education, always have been, definitely in my dream job, so that's really great. Super passionate because the power of 2 languages just opens so many doors, and the fact that I get to give that power to these students of mine, it's just amazing. I am an AZ native, and I graduated from NAU. Now, to introduce my lovely estudiantes, los estudiantes que tengo aquí hoy, Emery Jackson, Center, Alejandro Kucher-Hill, Alexia Leon, Asher Beg, y Alex Rodriguez. All right. So our classroom spotlight, I really wanted to shine some light on our new resource that we adopted this year called Calico. And we chose it because we saw that there was a deficit in learning the Spanish vocabulary to have everyday conversations with your friends, your peers, and using the proficiency data from our Spanish test and the actual language development standards, we came across Calico, and it's been working wonders for us. It's giving us a lot of opportunities to practice speaking in class with fun songs, stories. It also provides a lot of resources like posters that I have definitely emailed out to all my parents that they can have at home by theme. So what's in your kitchen? What's in your bedroom? Things in the classroom, everyday Spanish vocabulary that they should be using when they're talking to their peers. I really like that it has a checklist after every unit, so I really know what I'm trying to hit. I can tell you how old I am. I can greet a friend. By the end of that unit, they should be able to know that. If they don't, then I'm clearly not doing my job right. But it's really cool because it's just all laid out for you and super easy to follow, and they really like it. So we're here today to show you what it looks like. Starting off with the song, feel free to sing along. The words are on there. Okay.
Lluvia.
Fuerte, ¿ok? Para que todos los escuchen.
Lluvia, 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 cae, cae así. Una gota, dos gotas, tres gotas, cuatro gotas, cinco gotas, muchas gotas. Seguro me voy a mojar. Lluvia, 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 cae, cae así. Una gota, dos gotas, tres gotas, cuatro gotas, cinco gotas, muchas gotas. Seguro me voy a mojar.
Muy bien, excelente. All right, so that's just part of what we do every day in class. We always start with the song because who doesn't love a song? But now we're going to get into the speaking part, and we're going to show you what that looks like every day in our class. Okay, vamos a ponernos en las parejas. Ok, pareja va a empezar. Pareja A es la fila de R. ¿Listo? Y empezamos.
Hola, ¿cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo estás? Estoy bien, ¿tú? Bien, estoy bien. Mi color favorito es rojo. Mi color favorito es rojo. Estoy bien, ¿tú? Estoy muy bien. ¿Cuál es tu color favorito? ¿Cuál es tu color? Gracias, te digo claro. Adiós.
So we're using inside outside circle, but we stand in two lines because of course my classroom is not big for all of us to be in an inside outside circle. So usually I have them in two lines, partner A starts, then partner B. Now for the fun part, you all get to try. Vamos a practicar con una pareja nueva. Oh, I should have, huh? All right.
Hola, ¿cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo estás? Estoy bien.
Okay.
Estoy bien. Mi color favorito es ¿Cuál es tu color favorito? Gracias, adiós.
Ok, pues ya las de arriba, si ya terminaste. Ok, vamos a dar un saludo a los hermanos, decir adiós y muchas gracias.
do good.
I know.
You learned. You learned. I didn't have time to go home and switch.
We kept it short and sweet, but I hope you enjoyed your mini Spanish lesson. Feel free to keep that practice at home. Come see us. They would love to have new people to talk to. I'm sure they're tired of talking to each other. Y gracias.
Ms. Pedrosa and students, would you bring your students up here? And Ms. Owinski as well, come on up. Yeah.
Alright.
If I can just thank my Paseo Point family. You guys have been, I've been part of the Paseo Point for 7 years, and you guys have been relentless of teaching Spanish and working so hard. And in the midst of all the pandemic and everything, I mean, they were reminding me of the Spanish words, and Alex was correcting me of what I needed to say. So you guys really make our community proud. So thank you guys so much. And for several of you, you guys have soccer practice, and you are late. And we have playoffs, so get to it.
Once again, I echo what Dr. Sinner said. I had a chance to be in this class, in Ms. Perdoza's class earlier this year. And what a joyful place to be for children and to watch them learning. Ms. Pedrosa and Ms. Iwinski are outstanding instructors, and you just got a taste of what it's like to be in school here in Levine with this. So thank you very much. Let's give them a round of applause. And that concludes the superintendent's report.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sprout. Families, we really appreciate you being here with us tonight to share your kiddos with us. We hope you learned a little bit more about the Levine School District as a whole and the incredible things that are happening here on a daily basis, as well as learning a little bit about some of our wonderful staff that we were able to celebrate tonight. We're going to move into the business portion of our meeting. You are welcome to stay for that, but you do not have to. We'll take a break, so you can exit if you would like. Now, a presentation on self-insurance and trust and our employee benefits. Mr. Thomas, come on up.
Good evening, President Berrigan, Dr. Sprout, members of the governing board. Thank you for giving me the opportunity tonight to just give you a brief or quick overview, and some of it is a reminder of our self-insurance and trust, and a review of our employee benefits. So I'll take you back to exactly a year ago this month when the Levine Trust Board made a decision to adopt a self-insurance model. And I just listed a couple of the rationales behind that was to ensure that the district continues its high level of fiscal responsibility, and it allows us to continue to provide the most competitive benefit package to our employees. A reminder, in a self-insured model, the premiums are paid and the district is responsible to pay the claims. So we're acting as our own insurance company for the most part. We get to reap the benefits of that if our claims don't outpace our premiums. I did throw up there that there is some administrative cost on that, $95 per employee per month. But what that helps us ensure is that stop loss insurance. It allows us to use the UHC network to process the claims. It protects us with the individual stop loss of $150,000. So any individual claim that is more than that, and then a total aggregate stop loss of 120%. So we'll never run over 120% of our premium to claims ratio. Again, it just ensures our risk, I guess, and that we're not going to have a catastrophe and bleed out for the most part. When we went self-insured, we ensured that we had 2 years worth of claims in our reserves so that we were sustainable. And then we continue to try to build that reserve up over time to get to 3 years of claims. So anytime we have any carryover funds that are available that we can throw into the trust, we bring that to the governing board, and Kevin speaks about that in some of his presentations throughout the year with some of our revenue. So that is the goal, is to continue to build up that reserve. The Levine Trust Board has met a few times this year throughout the year, most recently in January 28th and March 17th. And during those trust board meetings, the following items were approved. The trust board approved our change in providers. We didn't have many, and I'll share those with you in just a moment. Our renewal of our current providers, and then some minor plan design changes to our medical plans. I will just remind the governing board that we do have an agenda item later this evening where you will have the opportunity to fund the trust for our benefits. So our medical plan, I threw up our current year as we're running right now, the current year that we're in, plan year 21-22. We have 2 medical plans. We have the PPO with a $300 deductible, and then a high deductible healthcare plans. You can see how many participants or members we have in each of those plans. So we have 386 employees in the PPO plan, 140 in the high deductible, and then you can see employees plus spouse, employees and children, and then the family. Our expected annual cost this year of the 2 plans, about $3.2 million in the PPO and $1.1 million we have an expected annual cost of $4,370,000. Looking into cost for next year, working with underwriters through Valley Schools, our consulting company, we're looking at about a 9% increase in cost, and you can see how that relates to the plans. I do want to remind our governing board that the district does pay those premiums for our employees. So, one of our commitments to our employees is that we will have a competitive salary and benefit package. And I think it's well known, our salary schedule runs one of the highest in the state. Traditionally, it has for years, but we don't often get to showcase our benefits. So similar presentation I'm doing tonight, we'll be going out to all the schools in a roadshow, and again, reminding our employees of this employee experience and our commitments to them, that those premiums you see there for our employees, only we, the district, pays for that. And that's, again, some of those premiums that we're asking the board to approve the funding of this evening. So next year, just with medical costs, we're looking at a 9% increase, as I mentioned. I listed there some of the driving things of those costs. The maternity is not, sometimes that drives the cost, or NICUs or high risk. This is simply volume of maternity. So Don't drink the water, Kevin. See, he's sitting here. I knew, zing, I knew it. So injury, and then injuries, digestive, and then the pharmacy costs, oncology, inflammatory conditions, and diabetes, and those are the driving costs for some of those increases. I'm just going to quickly go through. I think our dental plans I flipped through is one of the only carrier changes. We try not to have carrier changes. We don't want disruptions to our employees. We ensure that never happens, even if we do have a change. For the example here in our dental plan, we're going from Emeritus to Delta Dental. You can see what we're currently paying, and we're going to have a little bit less of a rate this year by switching. Delta Dental is in a bigger pool of Valley schools, many districts, so spread out costs, more participation can help, is what helped lower that cost a little bit, and switching that provider there. So while we don't look for disruptions or switches, we're always looking to save money and to, again, just make sure we're competitive and we're doing our due diligence. This is a PPO dental plan, but then we have a low cost or a DHMO plan here. As you can see, these are self-selected benefits that the employee pays, right? So if they elect for these are elected benefits that they can elect. We have approximately 200 employees that have this DHMO. You can see it's minimal cost, monthly cost to our employees. And however, it is a little bit of an increase year over year, 5%, but looking at the world right now and inflation and the scheme of things, we're proud that we are able to go out, negotiate these prices, with the help of Kevin. And there's our benefit specialist, Bianca, as well as Valley Schools, helps us be able to do that. We offer a elective vision plan. Again, there's no increase. So anytime the world around us, when you can have anything for no increase year over year, we'll take it. So you can see the employee costs, or if they add their spouse or children or a family, the monthly cost for that. Our employees can elect for Sun Life Financial, and that cost is dependent of how much coverage they would like, up to 66% of their salary. There was no increase to that as well. Our employees can elect life insurance, voluntary life, and AD&D. And again, it's, if you're under 25 years old, it's 4 cents per every 1,000 of coverage you want. And as you get older, Kevin's premiums are a little higher than that. But no increase year over year. So you can see the red bullet at the end. Something else we're proud of, we can talk about our benefit eligible employees, which have the option of the benefits I just went over, but all of our employees, you don't have to work a certain amount of hours. You don't have to have a certain position. They get a medical benefit. And, Teladoc, almost all during the pandemic, who isn't doing telemedicine right now? And for our employees that have that, we pick up that cost as a district. Government, thank you on behalf of our employees. $4.50 per employee per month. The utilization on that continues to go up. So we know our employees appreciate it, and no increase year over year on that as well. And then the employee assistance program, pennies for where we're at in the world right now with mental health and anxiety and depression. And again, to have that for not only our employees, but it covers all of the dependents in their household. So it can be a 10-hour-a-week crossing guard who has 6 children at home. Their whole family can use the employees assistance program or the Teladoc. So again, I know everybody's familiar with our salary schedule. It's posted on our website. We market it in our recruiting, but to be able to go out next week and the weeks ahead as we enter open enrollment and share this with our employees, and just know that we're continuing to ensure that we come through on our commitment of providing a competitive salary and benefits. It's nice to get up there and do that when you have some products and prices like this. So on behalf of our employees, Governor, thank you for your support in this, and pending any further questions, that concludes my presentation.
Any questions for Mr. Thomas? Thank you for that information. It is critically important. It's the second most important thing we do for our employees after paying them their salary. And I know that we have a great benefits package that is attractive to people in addition to our salary package. So
Yes.
thank you for that information.
You're welcome.
Okay, we have a consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Dr. Sprout, do we have something to announce?
Thank you, President Berrigan. Tim was speaking earlier about our commitments to our employees. One of those is to have opportunities for advancement within our organization. And with that, I am very proud to announce tonight that you have just approved our newest principal, the principal of Trailside Point for the next school year, Ms. Ashley Grant. Please stand. So in your first public speaking role here, Ms. Grant, would you please introduce your family that is with you?
Oh,
My dad, Michael Grant. This is his wife, Stacy. Up there in the front is my boyfriend, Ben. Gosh, I have a lot.
where? Can they stand up when you say their names? Where's the boyfriend? Right, stand up.
My niece, Lanaya.
Stand up, sweetie. Oh, you look beautiful. Yeah. Hi, sweetie.
Mom, Cynthia Grant.
No.
Niece, Tiana. Grant. My oldest brother, Chip Grant.
Family, I did have a great conversation the other day, and I want you to know how much Ashley spoke about you and your impact in her life. And as we get ready for this adventure, I know that you will, like you've always been, as she told me, there to support her in this next chapter. So thank you, family, for being here, and congratulations again, Ashley.
Yes, congratulations. Okay, moving on. We have the trust funding, as Mr. Thomas promised, for 22-23 school year. Do I have a motion? Motion?
Second.
Been motioned and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. And next is the preschool curriculum adoption. Do I have a motion? Been motioned and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. And a new communications specialist position. This is the job description for that position. Second. Motion and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Aye. The approval of the pay rate for the parent liaison summer school position. Second. Motion and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Our affiliation agreement for our child nutrition intern.
Motion.
You pick. Motion and seconded. All those, or excuse me, any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Aye. And finally, the meal prices for 22-23 school year, which is no price increase. Is that correct? Yep. Do I have a motion? Second. Been motioned and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. And that is it for the regular board meeting. Do we have any comments from the board, Dr. Centers?
I know it's a busy time of year for all of our teachers. I just want to thank you guys for all of your hard work. I know a lot of students are anxious. I have a couple in my house for testing, and you continue to make it very calm and have them do their best and settle a lot of ease when testing can be stressful. And to all the 70 teachers that signed up for summer school, thank you. It's a big deal. So appreciate you guys.
Dr. Watkins?
Just want to acknowledge President Berrigan for her nominations. Just phenomenal. Your expertise, passion, knowledge. Couldn't get any better. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Ms. Anderson?
Yeah, I'll ditto that comment. Yeah, congratulations. And congratulations to Ms. EPAC about that nomination as well. Well deserved.
Thank you. Ms. Ward?
I would like to also ditto that, and I plan on being in Gilbert at 7:15 a.m.
We should
to see to see that. I also just wanted to, along with a great meeting tonight, Ms. Grant, my favorite saying is "It takes a village," and your village is here. So thank you.
Okay. Congratulations, Mrs. Epax. I have to talk to you. We know somebody in common that I didn't know about, so we'll chat after the meeting briefly. But congratulations, and it's very well deserved. I think about Reagan, my daughter, and all of her special individual little idiosyncrasies that she has, and then you put 29 more kids in a classroom for that teacher, and then you put another 30 classrooms on top of that principals like you are dealing with, and the incredible job that all of our principals do and are about to be principals are going to learn to find out. It is, I'm sure, rewarding, which is why you continue to do it, but I appreciate you nonetheless, and thank you for everything that you guys do. We need to move into executive session. Future meeting. It'll be May 12th. It'll almost be the end of school, guys. Hard to believe. Right here at 5:30. We need a motion into executive session.
Second.
Motion and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. Good night, everybody. the regular meeting?
Motion?
Second.
Motion and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And on the matter of the superintendent's contract, it is recommended that we approve the contract and extend that through June 30th of 2025.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded. Any final questions or thoughts for Jennifer? Okay, what I would like to say, Dr. Sprout, is that we are extremely lucky to have you as our superintendent. I know that things are very cohesive here in Levine. That is not the case everywhere, and that has a great deal to do with your leadership and the incredible staff that Dr. Johnson before you and you continue to put in place. That means a lot to the five of us here because this is our community. This is where we live and where we play and shop and do all of that. The schools are the center of our community and you lead that. And we are happy to offer you this contract. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Go celebrate tonight. Motion to adjourn. Can I get a second? Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Good night, Jennifer. Get home before the sun sets.